All right, guys, welcome to the video here today for Saturday, July 2nd, 2022. My name is Brock Page, and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. I also sell my personal sports bets for just $1.99 on my website, and the link for that site is in the description section below. Let's take a look at the Rays taking on the Blue Jays, Game 1, 12:07 East. Toronto's $1.30, total 7.5. Kevin Gausman for Toronto, Shane McClanahan for Tampa Bay. And even though Shane O'Mac's been virtually unhittable, the Rays are playing some really bad team baseball. They're currently on a 4-game losing streak, and they've got just a .441 win percentage when they travel. The Rays also can't hit for shit. They're in the bottom 5 in team OPS, and they're averaging fewer runs a game than most teams in the American League. They're also facing Kevin Gausman for Toronto, who's got 6 wins and a .293 ERA. Now, Gausman's also got a lot of strikeouts on the year. He's actually just 3 strikeouts shy of the century mark already. And even if Gausman shits the bed, he's backed by one of the best lineups in the American League. Toronto's currently leading majors in team OPS at the dish. Alejandro Kirk's actually 10th in the bigs in both OPS and batting average. Meanwhile, Vlad Guerrero's the club leader in home runs with 18. Now, total-wise, 7 out of Toronto's last 10 meetings with the Rays fell under the numbers, so if you're into historical trends, you certainly want to think about that one there. They also held the Rays to just 3.2 runs a game in those contests. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay's gone 18-9 to the under in their divisional ball games. I'm going to lean toward Toronto, -130, and the under 7.5. Next ball game, it is going to be Yankees-Guardians Game 1. And that's going to be a 12:10 Eastern start time. New York's -335. Total is 8.5 runs. Garrett Cole for New York, Kirk McCarty for Cleveland. Now, McCarty's got just 7 innings of work under his belt, and those innings were forgettable. They were really bad. The lefty's already 0-1 on the season with an ERA above 10. The Guardians also dropped 6 out of their last 9 ball games. They scored 3 runs or less 7 times during that span. Now, no real surprise here. The Guardians are one of the worst home run hitting teams in the game. They're actually in the bottom 3 in homers per contest. And unfortunately, they're taking on Garrett Cole for the Yankees, who's 6-2 with a 1.01 whip. Now, Cole's also racked up the strikeouts this year. He has racked them up. He's fanned 111 batters in just 87-plus innings. Cole's also backed by arguably the best lineup in baseball. The Yankees lead the American League in scoring, and they lead the majors in home runs. Aaron Judge has a league-leading 29 homers along with 59 RBI. Meanwhile, Anthony Rizzo's hit 21 bombs and knocked in 51. Now, total-wise, New York went 60% to the under in their last 10 outings. Meanwhile, Cleveland saw 5 out of their last 8 at Progressive Field fall under the total. I'm going to lean toward the Yankees -1.5 and the under 8.5. Next game, Orioles Twins 2:10 East. Minnesota's -230, totals 8.5. Sonny Gray for Minnesota, Jordan Lyles for Baltimore. Lyles has had a rough go of things. Glitch in the matrix right there. Rough go of things in Baltimore this season. He's just 4-7 with a 4. Nobody even watches the video up to this point anyway, so who cares? He's just 4-7. They just go right to the recap, the written recap. Nobody even watches this stuff. Anyway, who are we talking about? Jordan Lyles, 4-7 record, 4.94 ERA, 1.46 WHIP. The O's are also on a 3-game skid, and they're winning only 39% of their road games. And one of the O's biggest issues has been their inability to get on base. They're in the bottom 5 in the league in team batting average, and they're also averaging nearly double-digit strikeouts a game at the plate. They're taking on Sonny Gray here today, who's had a really good year in Minnesota. He's 4-1 with a 2.17 ERA and a .97 WHIP. Twins also do a real nice job of hitting the baseball. They have one of the higher team OPS numbers in the American League right now, and they're led by Luis Arraez who's hitting .343 at the dish. Now, Arias is actually second in the majors in that batting average category. Meanwhile, Byron Buxton, I don't know, I guess you really can't do an accent with that. That's a pretty American name. Byron Buxton. He's the club leader in home runs with 21. Total-wise, I don't know. For some reason, I think this one's going over today. The O's tend to give up a lot of runs on the road. Give me Minnesota -1.5, over 8.5 runs. If that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. Why packages on that website starting at just $1.99. Give me Toronto -130, under 7.5 in Game 1. I like the Yankees -1.5, under 8.5 in Game 1. Give me Minnesota -1.5, over 8.5. San Francisco -$1.30, over 7. Miami -$1.20, over 9.5. Milwaukee -1.5, over 9 runs. Give me the Cardinals +$1.15, over 10. Cincinnati +1.5, over 9. Detroit -$1.10, under 9 runs. LA Angels +1.5, under 8. Oakland +1.5, under 7. New York Mets -130, under 9. Tampa Bay +1.5, over 9.5 in Game 2. Yankees -175, under 8.5, Game 2. Boston -135, over 9.5. Padres +1.5, under 8. Next and final pick, Arizona +1.5, over 12 runs. They score runs in baseball. Over 12. Arizona +1.5, over 12 runs. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage. If you guys do end up getting a membership here today on my website, just keep in mind you're going to get billed the day you sign up, then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on my safe and secure website, you're going to get access to that content every single day all the way until August 1st. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. Now, guys, if you want to get access to every single bet, every single package, every single day, you may want to sign up for my board member tier. Not only do board members get access to the board member tier package bet itself, they also get access to every single bet, every single day, every single package, all the way until August 1st. It's an all-inclusive membership. Now, you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my website. Well, what I do here on YouTube is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport side in total. And what I do on BrockPage.com is patreon.com/BrockPage. I actually share with you which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally. Now, if you're worried about me seeing your credit card information, don't worry, I can't see it. I utilize the Patreon platform, and of course, Patreon handles all your credit card information and personal info. All I can see is your email address. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Saturday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.